The information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute professional legal, security, or insurance advice. While GPS tracking technology can be a powerful tool in asset protection, its effectiveness depends on various factors including local laws, signal strength, and proper installation. We are not responsible for any actions taken based on this content. Viewers are strongly encouraged to conduct their own due diligence and consult with local law enforcement or security professionals regarding the specific regulations and best practices in their jurisdiction before implementing any anti-theft measures. Every 24 seconds, a vehicle is stolen in the United States. That is not a statistic from a decade ago. That is the current reality facing American car owners in cities from Los Angeles to Newark. Imagine waking up at 7 a.m., walking out to your driveway with your coffee in hand, and seeing nothing but an empty rectangular patch of concrete where your $50,000 SUV used to be. For most people, the immediate reaction is a paralyzing sense of violation followed by a frantic call to 911. But here is the cold, hard truth that most police officers won't tell you at the scene. Once that car is gone, there is a statistically significant chance you will never see it again in one piece. If you rely solely on your factory-installed alarm or the hope that a patrol car will spot your vehicle, you are essentially playing a high-stakes lottery with your most valuable mobile asset. However, there is a hidden layer of technology that professional thieves hope you never discover. In this masterclass, we are pulling back the curtain on the silent sentinel that is changing the tide for American vehicle owners. We are going beyond the basic consumer-grade gadgets to show you the sophisticated world of GPS tracking systems that can turn a devastating theft into a calculated recovery. The current landscape of vehicle theft in America has shifted from the joyriding teenagers of the 90s to highly organized, technologically advanced criminal syndicates. These groups use signal boosters, relay attacks, and pro-key programmers to bypass your car's factory security in less than 60 seconds. They are fast, they are efficient, and they often have your vehicle inside a shipping container or a chop shop before you even realize it's missing. This video is designed to solve that exact problem. Today, you are going to learn how to implement a multi-layered GPS defense strategy that renders these high-tech theft methods obsolete. We will break down why your standard manufacturer tracking might fail you, the specific hardware that professional recovery teams actually use, and the precise steps you need to take to ensure your car remains your property, regardless of how skilled the thief might be. This is about taking the power back and ensuring that if a criminal targets your driveway, they are the ones walking into a trap, not you walking into a loss. To understand the necessity of an aftermarket GPS tracker, we have to look at the historical trends of vehicle recovery in the US. Traditionally, the recovery rate for stolen vehicles hovered around 60%, but that number is deceptive. Recovered often means found as a burned-out shell or stripped of the catalytic converter, engine, and interior electronics. By the time a standard police report is processed and entered into the National Crime Information Center database, the trail is often cold. This is where the proactive power of GPS technology creates a different potential outcome. A GPS tracker provides real-time telemetry, allowing for a proactive response rather than a reactive one. Instead of waiting for a patrol car to run a license plate, you are providing law enforcement with a live breadcrumb trail that leads directly to the vehicle's current coordinates. Consider the case studies of the relay attack, which has become rampant in suburban America. Thieves use a device to pick up the signal from your key fob inside your house, relay it to the car, and drive away without ever breaking a window or needing a key. In these scenarios, the car's computer thinks the authorized owner is at the wheel. No alarm sounds. No lights flash. Without an independent GPS tracker hidden within the vehicle, you are completely blind to the movement of your asset. We are going to examine the specific types of trackers available on the American market, ranging from battery-powered magnetic units that can be hidden in a wheel well to hardwired systems that integrate directly into the vehicle's electrical loom. A common misconception is that a simple Bluetooth tag, like the ones used for finding your keys, is sufficient for vehicle protection. In this deep dive, we will explain the technical limitations of Bluetooth versus true cellular-based GPS. While a Bluetooth tag relies on a network of nearby smartphones to update its location, a dedicated GPS tracker communicates directly with the Global Positioning System satellite constellation and transmits that data over 4G or 5G cellular networks. This ensures that even if your car is driven into a rural area or parked in a quiet industrial park, you still have a direct line of sight to its location. We will also explore the concept of geofencing, a critical feature for any American car owner. This allows you to draw a digital perimeter around your home or office. The second your vehicle crosses that line without your authorization, your phone receives an instant alert. This cuts the discovery gap, the time between the theft and your knowledge of it, from hours down to seconds. In the upcoming sections, we will delve into the physics of signal interference and how thieves use GSM jammers to try and mask their location. More importantly, we will show you the countermeasures. Trackers that use multiband frequencies or burst transmissions to bypass these jammers. We will also discuss the legal framework of vehicle recovery in various states. For instance, how providing live tracking data to the police can change the priority level of your case from a standard property crime to an active pursuit. This is not just about a gadget, it is about a comprehensive security protocol. We will guide you through the dark spots of your vehicle, the locations where a tracker can be hidden so effectively that even a professional thief with a signal detector would struggle to find it. We are also going to address the financial aspect of this investment. Beyond the physical protection of the car, many American insurance providers offer premium discounts for vehicles equipped with active, monitored GPS recovery systems. We will look at how the initial cost of the hardware and the monthly subscription for cellular data can often be offset by these savings, making the system essentially pay for itself over time. But the real value isn't just the money, it's the peace of mind. It's knowing that while you sleep, an invisible, unblinking eye is watching over your vehicle, ready to scream for help the moment it's moved. By the end of this masterclass, you will have a complete blueprint for securing your vehicle. You will know which brands to trust, which features are marketing gimmicks, and exactly how to install your device for maximum concealment and signal strength. You will learn the three-layer defense strategy: deterrence, notification, and recovery. We are going to transform you from a potential victim into a hard target. If you value the freedom and utility that your vehicle provides, staying through all 10 parts of this series is the most important thing you can do for your property today. The era of the easy car theft is over, and it starts with you mastering the technology that the criminals are most afraid of. Would you like me to continue with part 2, where we break down the specific hardware categories and the stealth installation techniques? To understand the hardware categories that dominate the American market in 2026, we have to look at the sheer diversity of the vehicles on our roads and the specific threats they face. Imagine a guy named Marcus in Chicago. Marcus drives a high-performance electric sedan that he spent years saving for. For Marcus, the threat is not just someone breaking a window. It is a sophisticated relay attack where a thief stands outside his front door with a signal amplifier, tricks his car into thinking his key fob is right there, and drives off silently in the middle of the night. For a vehicle like that, Marcus needs more than a basic battery power tag. He needs a hardwired high-bandwidth system that integrates with the vehicle's internal computer. On the other end of the spectrum, imagine a contractor named Sarah in Houston who has a fleet of 3 pickup trucks. Her primary concern is her tools and the trucks themselves being hauled away on a flatbed trailer while her crew is on a job site. Sarah needs a different hardware solution, something rugged, weatherproof, and capable of long-term autonomous operation without tapping into the vehicle's main battery, which might be disconnected by a savvy thief. The first major category of hardware we are diving into is the OBD2 port tracker. These are incredibly popular across the United States because they are essentially plug-and-play. Every car manufactured for the American market since 1996 has an onboard diagnostics port, usually located under the dashboard on the driver's side. Historical trends show that these devices are the entry point for most consumers. They draw power directly from the vehicle, meaning you never have to worry about charging a battery. However, there is a significant tactical drawback that professional recovery teams often point out in their case studies. Because the OBD2 port is in a standardized location, it is the first place a professional thief looks. If they see a device plugged in there, they simply unplug it and toss it out the window 2 blocks away. To counter this, advanced users in 2026 are using Y-splitter cables. This allows you to plug the tracker into a secondary, hidden port behind the dash while leaving the original port looking empty or even occupied by a dummy plug. This level of deception is what separates a casual user from someone who actually recovers their vehicle. The second category is the battery-powered portable tracker. These have seen a massive technological leap in recent years. In 2026, these units are often no larger than a deck of playing cards, but carry enough lithium-ion density to last for 6 months on a single charge if configured correctly. These are the preferred choice for people who do not want to mess with their car's wiring, or for those who want to track non-motorized assets like trailers or construction equipment. The beauty of a portable tracker lies in its placement versatility. You aren't tethered to the dashboard. You can hide it inside a seat cushion, behind a plastic interior panel, or even inside the trunk lining. Case studies from recovery operations in high-theft areas like Oakland and Atlanta show that when thieves find one tracker, they often stop looking. This leads us to the decoy strategy, where an owner places a visible, cheap OBD2 tracker as bait, while a high-end portable tracker is buried deep within the vehicle's frame. Then we have the hardwired systems. These are the gold standard for high-value asset protection. These devices are spliced directly into the vehicle's constant power and ignition wires. They are often hidden deep behind the instrument cluster or inside the center console. The potential outcomes of using a hardwired system are significantly higher because they often include an ignition kill feature. In 2026, many of these systems allow an owner to remotely disable the starter motor via a smartphone app. Imagine the scenario. Your phone pings you at 3 a.m. because your geofence was breached. You open the app, see your car moving down a specific highway, and with one tap, you disable the ignition. The car doesn't shut off instantly in the middle of traffic, which would be a safety hazard. But the next time the thief stops at a red light or turns the engine off, it will not restart. This effectively strands the thief and the vehicle, making recovery by law enforcement a straightforward process. Let's talk about the specific technical specs you need to look for in 2026. If you are buying a tracker today, it must be 5G compatible with a 4G LTE fallback. As cellular carriers phase out older 2G and 3G networks, thousands of older tracking devices have become useless bricks. You also need to look for a high refresh rate. A cheap tracker might only update its position every 5 or 10 minutes to save data and battery. In a high-speed chase or a quick getaway through city alleys, 5 minutes is an eternity. A vehicle can be 3 miles away in that time frame. You want a device capable of active tracking mode, providing updates every 5 to 10 seconds when movement is detected. The installation phase is where most people fail, and it is the most critical part of the masterclass. A tracker is only as good as its hiding spot. If a thief can find it in under 2 minutes, it is worthless. We have to think like a criminal. When a thief steals a car, they often take it to a cooling-off spot, a quiet parking lot or a side street, to sweep the vehicle for trackers. They use RF detectors that pick up cellular signals. This is why stealth mode is vital. High-end trackers in 2026 have an internal accelerometer. They stay completely dark and silent while the car is moving, and then burst their location data in a split second when the car stops. This makes them nearly impossible to find with standard electronic sweepers. For physical placement, you must avoid shielding. GPS signals are weak. They are coming from satellites 20,000 kilometers in space. If you place your tracker under a thick metal plate or deep in the engine bay surrounded by cast iron, the signal will be blocked. The ideal spots are under plastic or glass. Think about the rear parcel shelf, inside the plastic bumpers, or tucked into the side mirrors. In 2026, some of the most successful recoveries involve trackers hidden inside the headliner of the roof, where the signal can pass easily through the windshield or sunroof, but the device is physically inaccessible without removing the entire interior ceiling of the car. Step by step, the installation of a hardwired unit follows a specific logic. First, you identify a constant 12-volt power source that does not turn off when the key is removed. Second, you find a reliable ground point on the chassis. Third, you position the internal antenna facing upward toward the sky. Many people make the mistake of mounting the device sideways or upside down, which cuts their signal strength by 50%. We have seen data suggesting that a poorly placed antenna is the #1 reason for failed recoveries in urban canyons like New York City, where skyscrapers already interfere with satellite reception. But even with the best hardware and the perfect installation, there is a new threat emerging in 2026 that most car owners are completely unprepared for. It is called signal jamming, and it is no longer just for high-end heists. Handheld jammers that plug into a cigarette lighter can be bought online for less than $50. These devices flood the area with noise, preventing the GPS tracker from talking to the satellites or the cellular network. If a thief uses one of these, your high-tech tracker becomes a silent observer that can't call for help. However, there is a specific hardware feature and a legal strategy that can beat a jammer at its own game. We are going to reveal exactly how to detect if your car is being jammed, and what the buffer memory feature does to ensure the thief still gets caught. As we move into the next phase of this deep dive, we have to address the response protocol. What do you actually do when that alert hits your phone? Do you call the police? Do you go to the location yourself? There are massive legal and safety risks involved in vehicle recovery that most people never consider until they are standing in a dark alley at 2 a.m. In Part 3, we are going to break down the first 60 minutes of a theft and how to work with U.S. law enforcement to ensure your car comes back without you ending up in a dangerous confrontation. You will learn the specific phrases to use with 911 dispatchers to get a high-priority response, and why your GPS data is your most powerful legal weapon. Stay tuned because the next hour of your life could save you tens of thousands of dollars. The clock starts ticking the moment your vehicle crosses that digital geofence you set up in your tracking app. In the security industry, we call the first 60 minutes the golden hour of recovery. Historical trends suggest that if a vehicle is not located within this window, the likelihood of it being dismantled or driven across state lines increases by over 70%. Imagine a person named David in Atlanta. It is 2026, and David just finished a long shift at the hospital. He checks his phone and sees a critical alert from his tracking software. His truck has moved 2 miles from the parking garage while his keys are still in his pocket. Most people in David's shoes would panic, jump in a friend's car, and try to play hero by chasing the signal. This is the first and most dangerous mistake you can make. The primary rule of the first 60 minutes is to never engage in a self-recovery mission. Professional car thieves in 2026 are often part of organized rings and may be armed or traveling in tandem with a lookout vehicle. Your GPS data is not a treasure map for you to follow. It is a precision tool for law enforcement. When David calls 911, he needs to provide specific, high-value information to move his case to the top of the dispatch queue. If he simply says his car was stolen, it is a low-priority property crime report. However, if David tells the dispatcher that he has a live GPS feed and can provide real-time coordinates, the nature of the police response changes. He needs to state clearly, "I am reporting a vehicle theft in progress, and I have active, real-time GPS tracking data currently showing the vehicle at a specific intersection heading north." This leads us to the technical bridge between your smartphone and the police cruiser. In 2026, many high-end GPS tracking services offer a feature called law enforcement portals. These allow you to generate a temporary, secure link that you can provide to the dispatcher. This link gives the police a live view of your vehicle's movement on their own MDTs, the mobile data terminals inside their patrol cars. Case studies from various metropolitan police departments show that when officers have a visual on the target in real time, their tactical approach is much safer and more effective. Instead of a high-speed pursuit that endangers the public, they can use the GPS data to box in the vehicle at a red light or wait until the thief parks in a secluded area. While David is on the phone with the police, he needs to be prepared to provide his vehicle's year, make, model, color, and license plate number, along with his GPS account details. But there is a secondary layer of data that most owners forget to mention: the internal sensors of the tracker. Many units in 2026 include an onboard microphone or an interior camera trigger. If David's system has these features, he can tell the dispatcher if he hears multiple voices, or if he can see the suspect's description via an interior cabin snapshot. This transforms a simple theft report into a high-priority felony stop because the police now have suspect descriptions and a confirmed location. We also have to consider the potential outcomes of the drop. Professional thieves know about GPS trackers. Their standard operating procedure in 2026 is to drive the stolen car to a neutral location, like a large apartment complex parking lot or a shopping mall, and leave it there for 2 to 4 hours. They call this letting it cool. If the police show up, the thief isn't in the car and can't be linked to the crime easily. If the car is still there after 4 hours, they assume it doesn't have a tracker and move it to a chop shop. If your tracker shows the car has stopped in a public parking lot, do not rush there. This is often an ambush point or a test. Let the police handle the approach. Historical data indicates that vehicles recovered during this cooling-off period suffer the least amount of physical damage because the thieves haven't started the stripping process yet. Another critical step in this first hour involves your insurance company. While the police are en route, David should initiate a claim, but more importantly, inform the insurance investigator that the vehicle is being tracked. In 2026, some insurance providers have specialized recovery teams that work alongside law enforcement. These teams can sometimes authorize private towing services to stand by at the recovery site, ensuring that once the police clear the scene, Your vehicle is immediately moved to a secure facility, rather than being left on the street where the thieves might return for it. Let's look at the data regarding signal jamming during this recovery phase. If David sees his tracker suddenly go offline at a specific coordinate, he needs to inform the police of that exact last known location. In 2026, law enforcement is increasingly aware of GPS jammers. If a vehicle's signal vanishes in a specific industrial park, it narrows the search area significantly. Police can then look for dead zones or use specialized equipment to find the source of the interference. Your data, even when it stops, is a massive clue. Step by step, your 60-minute protocol should look like this. First, verify the theft is actually occurring and not a false alert. Second, call 911 and use the phrase, active tracking in progress. Third, provide the live link or real-time coordinates every 60 seconds to the dispatcher. Fourth, stay at your original location unless the police specifically ask you to meet them at a recovery site. Fifth, document everything. Take screenshots of the tracking path on your phone. These screenshots serve as vital evidence for the subsequent legal proceedings and insurance claims. They prove the path of the vehicle, the speed it was traveling, and the exact times of the incident. But what happens if the car enters a structure where GPS signals can't reach, like a deep underground parking garage or a lead-line shipping container? This is a common tactic in 2026 for export ring thieves who target luxury vehicles for overseas markets. In these scenarios, the primary GPS signal will fail, but high-end trackers have a backup. We are going to explore the world of LBS, location-based services, which uses cellular tower triangulation to find a car, even when the satellites are blocked. This is the difference between a total loss and a successful recovery in complex urban environments. As we conclude this part of the masterclass, you should understand that the hardware is only half the battle. The other half is your ability to remain calm and act as a data provider for the professionals. But even with a perfect recovery, the story isn't over. What if the thieves damaged the ignition system or the interior? What if they used the vehicle to commit other crimes while they had it? The legal and forensic aftermath of a recovered vehicle can be a nightmare if you don't know how to handle it. In Part 4, we are going to dive into the forensic cleanup and how to protect yourself from the legal liabilities that come with a stolen vehicle being used in a crime. We will also reveal the secret remote lockdown features that can trap a thief inside the car until the police arrive. You will not want to miss the technical breakdown of how to turn your car into a mobile prison for anyone who tries to take it without your permission. The technical reality of a vehicle recovery in 2026 often brings a wave of relief followed by a complex set of forensic and legal challenges that many American car owners are completely unprepared to face. Imagine a woman named Elena in Los Angeles. Her high-end electric SUV was stolen using a sophisticated CAN bus injection attack, but thanks to her hidden hardwired GPS tracker, the Los Angeles Police Department recovered the vehicle in an industrial park in Long Beach within 90 minutes. Elena arrives at the scene, expecting to drive her car home, but she is met with a yellow tape perimeter and a forensic team. This is where the secondary phase of GPS protection begins. A GPS tracker does not just provide a location, it provides a comprehensive digital ledger of everywhere the vehicle has been, every stop it made, and the exact speeds it traveled during the commission of a crime. In 2026, the legal liability associated with a stolen vehicle is a massive concern. If the thieves used Elena's SUV as a getaway vehicle in a secondary robbery, or worse, if they were involved in a hit and run, Elena could face a nightmare of circumstantial evidence. This is where the historical trends of GPS data logging become her greatest legal defense. By presenting a detailed timestamp log from her tracking software, she can prove to investigators exactly where the car was during the window of time it was out of her possession. This data can be cross-referenced with cellular tower pings and local traffic camera footage to build a solid wall of separation between the owner and the criminal's actions. Without this granular data, an owner might spend thousands of dollars in legal fees just to prove they were not behind the wheel during a specific incident. Case studies from major American metropolitan areas show that the forensic cleanup of a recovered vehicle is not just about vacuuming out broken glass. When professional thieves take a car, they often leave behind more than just physical damage. In 2026, many GPS trackers come equipped with internal cabin air quality sensors or even basic chemical detection. Why does this matter? Thieves frequently use harsh chemicals or industrial cleaners to strip away their DNA and fingerprints before abandoning a vehicle. These chemicals can seep into the upholstery and create long-term health hazards for the owner. A high-end GPS system that logs environmental changes can alert an owner that the cabin was subjected to specific aerosols, signaling the need for a professional biohazard detail rather than a simple car wash. Furthermore, we must discuss the technical breakdown of the remote lockdown features that are becoming standard in the top-tier American security market. In Elena's case, her system featured a remote-activated electronic deadbolt integration. This is a sophisticated aftermarket modification where the GPS tracker is interfaced with the vehicle's central locking system and power windows. In a controlled recovery scenario, law enforcement can coordinate with the owner to trigger a lockdown. Imagine the thief is sitting in the car, waiting for a cohort in a parking lot. At the precise moment the police move in, the owner hits the lockdown button. The doors deadbolt, the power windows are disabled, and the transmission is electronically locked into park. In this scenario, the vehicle literally becomes a mobile holding cell. The potential outcomes of this technology are a significantly higher rate of suspect apprehension and a dramatic reduction in dangerous foot chases. However, implementing a remote lockdown requires a deep understanding of your specific vehicle's wiring and the local laws in your state. In many jurisdictions across the United States, remotely disabling a vehicle while it is in motion is strictly regulated due to the risk of causing a multi-car pileup. Most systems in 2026 are programmed with a safety logic gate. The command is sent from your phone, but the tracker waits until the vehicle's speedometer reads 0 and the parking brake is engaged before it executes the kill switch or the door locks. This ensures that the recovery is handled with the highest degree of safety for the public and the officers involved. Now let's look at the step-by-step process of the forensic audit you must perform after your vehicle is returned. Step 1 is the digital sweep. Just as you used a tracker to find your car, a sophisticated thief may have installed their own hardware or software during the time they had the vehicle. In 2026, we see cases where thieves install a secondary, hidden sleeper tracker so they can come back and steal the car again a week later, after you have had the locks changed. You need to use an RF scanner or have a professional security technician perform a physical sweep of the common hiding spots we discussed in Part 2. Step 2 is the electronic reset. If your car has an integrated infotainment system, the thieves may have accessed your home address, your garage door opener codes, or your synced contact list. A professional recovery protocol involves a factory reset of the vehicle's computer and a deauthorization of all previous digital keys. There is also the matter of the hidden damage that GPS data can help identify. By reviewing the telemetry logs, Elena could see that the thieves drove her SUV at 100 miles per hour over several speed bumps. This data allowed her to demand a specific inspection of the suspension and alignment from her insurance company, which would have otherwise been missed in a standard visual appraisal. This is the power of information. The GPS tracker moves from a security device to a financial protection tool, ensuring that your insurance claim covers every cent of the actual damage inflicted during the theft. The social and psychological impact of vehicle theft in America is often overlooked, but the GPS tracker provides a unique form of digital closure. Knowing exactly where your car went and how it was handled removes the haunting mystery that often follows a crime. But as we look toward the future of vehicle security in the United States, a new frontier is emerging that goes beyond satellites and cellular towers. In the next few years, the way we protect our cars will shift from just tracking a stolen asset to preventing the theft from ever occurring through a decentralized network of vehicle-to-vehicle communication. In Part 5, we are going to explore the cutting-edge world of mesh networking and how your GPS tracker can talk to other cars on the street to create a neighborhood watch that is impossible for thieves to bypass. We will also dive into the controversial topic of active deterrence hardware, devices that can emit high-frequency sound or strobe lights to physically repel a thief the moment they break a window. You are going to learn how to turn your car from a passive target into an aggressive defender of its own space. The technology we are about to reveal is currently being tested in high-crime corridors across the US, and the results are changing everything we thought we knew about urban security. If you think a GPS tracker is just for finding a lost car, you are only seeing 10% of the picture. We are about to show you the other 90%. The shift from passive tracking to active, network defense is the defining trend of vehicle security in the United States in 2026. To grasp the power of mesh networking, imagine a man named Julian living in a densely populated neighborhood in Philadelphia. Julian Street is a frequent target for smash-and-grab thefts and catalytic converter crews. In the past, Julian's GPS tracker would only wake up once his car was already being driven away. But today, his vehicle is part of a decentralized mesh network. When a suspicious individual begins testing door handles on a car 3 houses down, that car's proximity sensors broadcast a silent, encrypted alert to every other trusted vehicle on the block. Julian's car receives this threat handshake and shifts from a low-power sleep mode to a high-alert state before the thief even reaches his driveway. This technology, often referred to as V2V or vehicle-to-vehicle security communication, leverages the short-range radio frequencies already present in modern GPS tracking hardware. Instead of relying solely on a distant cellular tower, Julian's tracker uses a localized peer-to-peer network. If a thief attempts to use a signal jammer to cut off the cellular connection to Julian's car, the tracker can still shout for help through the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi mesh of the cars parked nearby. Those neighboring cars then relay the distress signal and the last known GPS coordinates to the cloud. The potential outcomes of this community-based digital shield are profound. It effectively creates a dead zone for criminals where their standard electronic tools are rendered useless by a web of interconnected assets. Historical trends in urban centers like San Francisco and Seattle show that traditional alarms are often ignored by passersby. In 2026, the American public has become alarm fatigued. This is why active deterrence hardware is the next layer of our deep dive. Active deterrence is designed to make the interior of the vehicle so inhospitable that a thief cannot physically remain inside long enough to start the engine. Consider the case study of a high-decibel interior siren system. While a standard car horn is roughly 110 decibels, these specialized aftermarket units, integrated with the GPS tracker, can emit a fluctuating frequency of 130 decibels or higher within the confined space of the cabin. To put that into perspective, that is the threshold of physical pain. A thief who manages to bypass the door lock is immediately met with an acoustic wall that causes disorientation and extreme discomfort. Beyond sound, we are seeing the rise of visual disruption modules. These are high-intensity strobe lights, often using the vehicle's existing LED interior lighting or dedicated high-output blinders, tucked into the A-pillars. In a 2026 security environment, these strobes are programmed to flash at specific frequencies that interfere with human peripheral vision and depth perception. Imagine being a thief trying to locate a hidden ignition bypass or a secondary tracker, while your eyes are being hammered by 2,000 lumens of oscillating light. The psychological impact is immediate. The criminal realizes the vehicle is hot, and that every second spent inside is a second closer to a police encounter. However, the implementation of active deterrence must be handled with extreme care regarding local American ordinances and product liability. This is why these systems are strictly educational in our discussion. Most sophisticated systems in 2026 use a graduated response protocol. It doesn't start with a painful siren. Step 1. The GPS tracker detects a shock event or an unauthorized door opening. Step 2. It sends a pre-warning to the owner's phone and flashes the car's exterior lights once. Step 3. If the interior motion sensor is still triggered after 10 seconds, the system enters full defense mode. This gives the owner a chance to cancel a false alarm. Perhaps they simply forgot they left a window down and a gust of wind moved a hanging air freshener before the more aggressive measures are deployed. Now let's talk about the hardware behind the neighborhood watch of 2026. This is not just software. It requires a GPS tracker with a dual processor architecture. One processor handles the heavy lifting of GPS satellite trilateration and 5G cellular communication, while a secondary, ultra-low power processor maintains the mesh network heartbeat. This ensures that Julian's car can watch the street for weeks without draining the 12-volt battery. We have seen data from 2025 pilot programs in high-theft corridors of Houston suggesting that neighborhoods with even a 10% saturation of mesh-enabled trackers saw a significant decrease in organized theft attempts. Criminals talk to each other. They quickly learn which blocks are digitally armed and which ones are easy targets. Another revolutionary feature entering the American market is the remote smokescreen, or security fog generator. This is a technology adapted from high-end jewelry store security. A small canister hidden under the seat or in the trunk can, upon remote command or a verified theft trigger, fill the vehicle's cabin with a thick, non-toxic and odorless glycol-based fog in less than 5 seconds. This completely obscures the thief's vision, making it impossible to see the steering wheel, the pedals, or even the door handle to escape. In a 2026 case study from a fleet of high-value transport vans in Miami, this fog defense resulted in 3 suspects being apprehended on site, because they were literally unable to find their way out of the vehicle they were trying to steal. Step by step, the integration of these active systems with your GPS tracker follows a master-slave electronic architecture. Your GPS tracker acts as the brain, or the master. It receives the sensor inputs and makes the decision based on the rules you have set in the app. The slaves are the siren, the strobes, and the fog generator, connected via the vehicle's CAN bus or a dedicated secure wiring loom. This modularity allows an owner to start with a basic GPS tracker and level up their security as their budget or threat level changes. But there is a critical question that every car owner in 2026 must ask. What if the thief isn't human? We are seeing a surge in autonomous theft, where hackers attempt to take over a vehicle's self-driving or parking assist software remotely. In these cases, physical locks and sirens may not be enough because the thief is miles away behind a computer screen. This is where the GPS tracker becomes a network firewall for your car. High-end trackers now include OBD2 intrusion detection, which monitors the car's internal data traffic for suspicious commands. If someone tries to ghost drive your vehicle, the tracker can physically sever the connection to the steering rack or the drive units. As we move toward the midway point of this masterclass, we have to address the invisible barrier. We've talked about what happens when they touch the car, but how do we stop them from even getting close? In Part 6, we are going to dive into the world of digital geofencing 2.0. You will learn how to set up predictive zones that alert you if a known stolen vehicle or a signal jammer signature enters your street. We will also reveal the insurance secret of 2026, how some American companies are now using your GPS safe driving and secure parking data to drastically lower your premiums, potentially making your entire security system cash flow positive. You are about to see how your GPS tracker can actually put money back into your pocket every single month, while simultaneously making your car the hardest target on the East Coast. Stay with us. The financial and predictive side of this technology is where the real pro level begins. To fully grasp the financial and predictive power of modern vehicle security, we have to look at how American insurance providers have pivoted their entire business model in 2026. For decades, insurance was reactive. You paid a premium, your car was stolen, and the company cut you a check for its depreciated value. But today, the most forward-thinking carriers in the United States are using GPS data to reward proactive behavior. Imagine a driver named Chloe in Miami. Chloe owns a luxury convertible, a high-theft target in her zip code. In the past, her premiums were astronomical. However, by opting into a data-sharing program with her GPS tracking provider, Chloe has turned her security system into a revenue-generating asset. This is the era of the usage-based security discount. Insurance companies are now looking at the secure parking data provided by your tracker. If your GPS logs show that for 95% of the night, your vehicle is parked in a locked garage or a monitored driveway geofence, your risk profile drops significantly. Historical trends show that insurance companies prefer known quantities over unknown risks. By providing a verified digital log of your vehicle's location and safety status, you are removing the ambiguity that usually drives up insurance rates. Case studies from major national providers suggest that owners with active, 24/7 monitored GPS systems can see potential outcomes of premium reductions ranging from 15 to 30%. Over the course of a 3-year ownership cycle, these savings often completely cover the cost of the high-end hardware and the monthly cellular subscription. But the real pro-level technology in 2026 is digital geofencing 2.0. In the previous parts, we discussed basic geofencing, a circle around your house. But 2.0 is predictive and dynamic. Imagine Chloe is driving to a new part of town she isn't familiar with. Her GPS app, integrated with national crime databases, analyzes her destination in real time. As she pulls into a parking lot, the app sends a high-risk zone alert to her smartwatch. It's not just a warning, it's a proactive checklist. The system automatically rolls up any cracked windows, confirms the doors are deadbolt, and shifts the GPS tracker into high-frequency polling mode. If the car is moved even 6 inches without the engine starting, Chloe gets an alert instantly. This is predictive security, where the vehicle and the owner are synchronized with the local environment to prevent an incident before it even begins. We also need to discuss the signal jammer signature detection, which is a game-changer for American car owners. In 2026, professional thieves often carry portable jammers to mask their location. However, modern GPS units are now equipped with jamming detection logic. While the device might not be able to send its coordinates through the noise, it can detect the specific radio frequency interference associated with the jammer. The moment it detects this signature, it triggers a local failsafe. For Chloe, this means her car's horn starts a specialized distress cadence, and her auxiliary battery-powered internal siren activates. The thief thinks they are being stealthy by jamming the GPS, but they have actually tripped a digital silent alarm that has now become very loud and very physical. This is the electronic countermeasure (ECCM) that is currently being deployed in high-value vehicle fleets across the East Coast. Step by step, setting up this predictive layer requires a few specific actions in your tracking software. First, you must enable multi-point geofencing. This allows you to set different rules for different locations. Your home zone might have a 10-second alert delay to allow for your own arrival, but your work zone might have a 0-second tolerance policy. Second, you should activate movement without ignition alerts. This is the specific sensor trigger that catches tow truck thieves, criminals who don't bother breaking into the car, but simply winch it onto a flatbed and drive away. In 2026, this is one of the most common ways high-end SUVs are stolen in broad daylight in cities like Washington, D.C. and Boston. Let's look at the insurance secret of 2026 more closely. Many owners are hesitant to share their data because they fear Big Brother is watching their speed. However, the new privacy-first protocols in the US allow you to share security metadata without sharing your driving behavior. You can prove the car was in a safe garage without revealing how fast you drove on the highway to get there. This distinction is vital for maintaining the financial benefits of the system without sacrificing personal privacy. We are seeing a historical shift where the GPS tracker is no longer viewed as a spy, but as a witness. In legal disputes or insurance claims regarding staged accidents, another rising crime in 2026, your GPS data can act as an unbiased third party, proving your vehicle's exact speed, braking force, and position at the time of impact. Furthermore, the active asset management aspect for families is becoming a huge selling point. Imagine a parent named David in Virginia. His teenage son is driving the family car. David has set a curfew geofence. If the car is started after 11 p.m., David gets a notification. If the car exceeds a certain speed, David gets a notification. While this might seem like strict parenting, it is actually a massive insurance risk mitigator. By demonstrating to an insurance provider that the vehicle is subject to family safety controls, David can unlock even deeper discounts. It's about creating a documented environment of safety and accountability. However, there is a technical hurdle that many people ignore: GPS drift. In dense urban environments, GPS signals can bounce off glass buildings, making it look like your car is a block away from where it actually is. This can trigger false geofence breaches. In 2026, pro-level systems use sensor fusion, combining GPS data with Wi-Fi positioning and cellular tower trilateration to prune out these errors. When you are looking for a hardware solution, you must ensure it supports multi-GNSS, meaning it doesn't just talk to American GPS satellites, but also European Galileo and other constellations. This increases the number of available satellites from 12 to over 30, providing a fix that is accurate down to the centimeter, even in the middle of Manhattan. As we wrap up this deep dive into the financial and predictive side of vehicle security, we have to look at the total cost of ownership. If a $300 tracker saves you $400 a year in insurance and prevents a $10,000 theft loss, the ROI is undeniable. But there is one more invisible threat that even the best GPS can't stop on its own. It's a method of theft that bypasses the electronics entirely and targets the most basic part of your car: the physical identity. In Part 7, we are going to explore the world of VIN cloning and how thieves are using the identities of wrecked cars to wash stolen ones. You will learn how your GPS tracker's internal ID can be your only way to prove a car is yours when the physical VIN plate has been swapped. We will also dive into the remote diagnostic feature that can tell you if a thief has plugged a hacking tool into your car's brain while you were in the grocery store. This is the forensic side of security that ensures that even if a thief tries to rebrand your car, they can't hide from the digital DNA you've embedded in it. The next part is about the long-term survival of your vehicle's identity in a world of high-tech fraud. Stay with us. The world of high-tech vehicle theft in 2026 has moved far beyond just physical taking. It has entered the realm of identity theft for machines. This process is known as VIN cloning, and it is a growing crisis across the United States. To understand how this works, imagine a woman named Sarah in Denver. Sarah buys a used, high-end truck from a private seller that looks pristine and has a clean title. 6 months later, while Sarah is at a grocery store, the police surround her vehicle. They inform her that the truck she is driving was actually stolen in Tennessee 3 months before she bought it. The thieves had taken the vehicle identification number from a wrecked version of the same truck in a junkyard and physically swapped the dash plate and door stickers onto the stolen one. This is VIN cloning, and without a hidden GPS tracker acting as a digital birthmark, Sarah would likely lose her entire investment with no recourse. In this masterclass, we have to look at how a GPS tracker serves as the ultimate forensic anchor. Every GPS tracking device has a unique, hard-coded International Mobile Equipment Identity, or IMEI number. This number is registered to your account and linked to your specific vehicle's true identity at the time of installation. Even if a thief replaces the physical VIN plates, they rarely have the technical expertise or the time to find and remove a deeply embedded GPS tracker that is transmitting a signal linked to the original owner. Case studies from 2026 show that when law enforcement recovers a suspected cloned vehicle, one of the first things they look for is secondary tracking data. If you can provide the IMEI and the historical location logs that predate the cloning event, you provide the definitive proof required to identify the true origin of the asset. Historical trends in the U.S. indicate that cloned vehicles are often sold through online marketplaces to unsuspecting buyers. The thieves use the GPS tracker's data to their advantage as well, sometimes tracking the car after they sell it so they can steal it back and sell it a second time. This is why, as a pro user, your tracker's internal ID and its remote diagnostic features are so vital. Modern trackers in 2026 do more than just report coordinates. They monitor the health of the vehicle's electronic control units. If a thief plugs a cloning tool, or a key programmer, into your OBD2 port while you are away, your tracker can detect the sudden surge in data traffic on the CAN bus. It sends an alert to your phone stating, "Unauthorized diagnostic tool detected." This is your early warning that someone is attempting to rewrite your car's digital DNA. Let's look at the step-by-step process of using your GPS tracker to protect against identity fraud. Step 1. Document your installation. Take a photo of the tracker's serial number and its hidden location, and store this in a secure cloud drive along with your original purchase receipt and title. Step 2. Enable tamper alerts. High-end trackers have an internal light sensor or a capacitive touch sensor. If a thief pulls back the carpet or removes a trim piece to get to the device, the change in light or the touch of a hand triggers an immediate high-priority alarm. Step 3. Use the heartbeat feature. Set your tracker to send a status OK signal every hour. If that heartbeat stops because the device was shielded or disconnected, you know exactly when the breach occurred, providing a tight window for forensic investigation. Imagine a scenario where a thief attempts to wash the title of a stolen car. In 2026, many states are moving toward digital titling systems, but the transition is slow. Criminals exploit the gaps between state systems. However, a GPS tracker with long-term data retention creates a digital breadcrumb trail that no paper trail can fake. If a car's title says it has been in a garage in Florida for 6 months, but your GPS logs show it has actually been moving through a chop shop network in New Jersey, you have the evidence needed to dismantle a criminal enterprise. We have seen potential outcomes where a single GPS log was used to link over 20 different stolen vehicles to a single cloning ring, simply because the tracker was still active when the car entered the processing facility. Furthermore, we must address the remote diagnostic aspect of protection. In 2026, hackers are increasingly using remote code execution to unlock cars. They don't even need to be near the vehicle. They send a signal through the car's built-in cellular connection. Your aftermarket GPS tracker acts as a secondary firewall. Because it operates on a completely different cellular network and hardware platform than the manufacturer's system, it remains unaffected by a hack that targets the factory software. If the factory locks are bypassed electronically, your GPS tracker still sees the door open or the engine start and alerts you. It is the out-of-band security layer that professional security consultants always recommend. There is also the matter of asset recovery versus asset identity. Sometimes a vehicle is recovered but it has been repainted, the interior has been swapped, and the engine has been replaced. Without a GPS tracker to prove the chassis history, the car might be classified as unidentifiable and sent to a scrap heap. By maintaining a continuous log of the vehicle's location from the moment of theft to the moment of recovery, You bridge the gap in the chain of custody. This ensures that the vehicle returned to you is legally recognized as your property, regardless of the cosmetic or mechanical changes the thieves made. As we look deeper into the forensic side of 2026, we see the rise of digital watermarking. Some high-end tracking services now offer a feature where they broadcast a low-frequency ID signal that can be picked up by handheld scanners used by police at border crossings and shipping ports. This electronic VIN is much harder to forge than a piece of metal or a sticker. It allows for non-intrusive inspections, where an officer can verify a car's identity without even opening the door. For American car owners, this means your car is screaming its true identity to every authority figure it passes, making it a very hot and undesirable commodity for professional traffickers. But what happens when the theft isn't just about the car? In the United States, we are seeing a massive spike in component theft, specifically high-capacity batteries from electric vehicles and catalytic converters from hybrids. These parts can be worth thousands of dollars on their own, and a standard GPS tracker hidden in the dashboard won't tell you if they've been removed. In Part 8, we are going to dive into the world of peripheral tracking. You will learn how to use microtags that are the size of a coin to protect your most expensive components. We will also reveal the vibration signature technology that can distinguish between a heavy truck driving by and a thief using a reciprocating saw on your exhaust system. This is about protecting the pieces of the puzzle, not just the whole picture. The next level of this masterclass will show you how to turn your car into a smart asset, where every major part can call for help. Stay tuned because the most expensive repair bills often come from what a thief takes out of your car, not just the car itself. The transition from protecting the whole vehicle to protecting its most valuable components represents the new standard of asset security in America for 2026. While a standard GPS tracker can tell you if your car has been moved from your driveway in Phoenix, it is often blind to the thief who crawls underneath with a reciprocating saw. Imagine a man named Anthony in Phoenix. Anthony drives a hybrid SUV that he relies on for his daily commute and his weekend outdoor hobbies. One morning, he starts his car and is met with a deafening roar, the unmistakable sound of an engine without an exhaust system. In less than 90 seconds, a thief removed his catalytic converter, a part that contains precious metals like rhodium and palladium, which in 2026 are trading at near-record highs. Anthony's primary GPS tracker didn't move an inch, so it never sent an alert. This is where peripheral tracking and vibration signature technology changed the potential outcomes for the American car owner. In this deep dive, we have to look at the emergence of microtags and how they interface with your central GPS hub. These tags are roughly the size of a quarter and use ultra-wideband or Bluetooth low-energy 5.4 technology to communicate with the master tracker hidden inside the cabin. Think of these as digital tethering devices. When Anthony installs his system, he places one of these ruggedized, heat-resistant microtags directly onto the housing of his catalytic converter and another inside the casing of his expensive high-capacity battery pack. The master GPS tracker creates a wireless security bubble around these components. If a tag moves more than 12 inches away from the master unit without authorization, the system triggers a high-priority component theft alert. This allows for an immediate response while the crime is still in progress, rather than discovering the loss hours later. Historical trends in the United States show that component theft is often a precursor to total vehicle theft. Criminals will test a vehicle by taking a smaller part to see if an owner has a responsive security system. By using vibration signature technology, you are essentially giving your car a sense of touch. Modern GPS trackers in 2026 are equipped with high-fidelity MEMS accelerometers that can distinguish between various types of mechanical stress. The system is programmed to ignore the low-frequency rumble of a passing garbage truck or the sway of a heavy windstorm. However, the high-frequency, rhythmic vibration of a power saw or the sharp impact of a hammer on a battery bracket creates a specific acoustic fingerprint. When the tracker detects this signature, it doesn't just send a text. It can activate the vehicle's exterior lighting or a targeted under-chassis strobe to startle the thief and draw public attention to the crime. Consider the case study of an electric vehicle fleet in Seattle. In early 2026, these vehicles were targeted for their modular battery units, which can be sold on the black market for residential solar storage systems. The fleet owners implemented a peripheral mesh, where the battery packs were electronically locked to the vehicle's VIN via the GPS tracker. If the battery was removed, The microtag inside would broadcast a stolen asset signal that could be picked up by any smartphone with the fleet's security app installed. This created a hostile environment for the thieves, as they were essentially carrying a tracking beacon that they couldn't easily find or disable. This level of granular protection is the difference between a $500 insurance deductible and a $15,000 out-of-pocket replacement for a non-covered component. Step by step, the setup of a peripheral tracking system involves a three-stage calibration. Step 1 is the environmental baseline. You park your car in its usual spot and let the sensors record the background noise of your neighborhood for 24 hours. Step 2 is the sensitivity mapping. You decide which parts are your highest priority, usually the exhaust, the battery, and in some high-end trucks, the tailgate or the expensive LED headlight assemblies. Step 3 is the alert hierarchy. You set the system to give a soft warning for a minor vibration, like someone bumping the car while parking, and a hard alarm for the specific frequencies of metal cutting tools. This minimizes false positives while ensuring that a real threat is met with maximum resistance. Beyond the hardware, we must discuss the secondary recovery of stolen parts. In 2026, many law enforcement agencies in the U.S. have started using digital gateway scanners at scrap metal yards and online resale hubs. If Anthony's stolen catalytic converter is brought to a participating recycler, the microtag, which is designed to survive even if the thief tries to pry it off, will ping the recycler's system. This creates a flagged transaction, allowing police to trace the part back to the specific theft report and potentially the person who brought it in. This is the end-to-end security model that is making component theft a much higher risk activity for criminals. There is also the matter of wheel and tire protection. In urban areas like Brooklyn or downtown Los Angeles, it is not uncommon to find a car sitting on cinder blocks with all four wheels gone. While traditional wheel locks can be defeated with a specialized socket and a breaker bar, a tire pressure monitor system, TPMS, integrated with your GPS tracker provides a digital alternative. In 2026, high-end trackers can monitor the tilt angle of the vehicle. If the car begins to lean as one side is jacked up, and the GPS confirms the engine is not running, the system identifies a jack event. This triggers an alert to your phone before the first lug nut is even removed. By combining tilt sensors with peripheral tags, you are covering every possible angle of physical compromise. But we have to look even deeper into the smart asset concept. In 2026, some American manufacturers are experimenting with biological DNA marking in conjunction with GPS. This involves a clear forensic liquid sprayed onto components that contains unique microscopic dots and a specific chemical signature linked to your GPS account. While the GPS provides the real-time alert and location, the biomarking provides the irrefutable physical evidence needed in a courtroom. When a detective uses a UV light on a suspected stolen part, your specific code glows, linking the item back to your vehicle's tracking history. It is a multi-layered defense that moves from the digital world to the physical world and finally to the legal world. As we conclude this part of the masterclass, you should realize that your car is no longer a single object. It is a collection of high-value assets that must be protected individually. But even with the best sensors and the most advanced microtags, there is a human element that can ruin everything. If your phone is stolen, or if a thief gains access to your cloud account, they have the keys to your entire security kingdom. They can see where you are, they can disable your alarms, and they can even unlock your doors remotely. In Part 9, we are going to dive into cyber-hardening your security. You will learn how to protect your GPS account from SIM swapping attacks and why a physical security key is the only way to ensure your tracking app remains in your control. We will also reveal the Ghost Protocol for 2026, a way to hide your car's true location from everyone, including the GPS provider themselves, while still maintaining the ability to find it if it's stolen. This is the ultimate level of digital privacy and security, and it is the only way to stay one step ahead of the cloud thieves, who are the newest threat to American vehicle owners. You've protected the car and its parts. Now it's time to protect the data that controls it all. Stay with us for the most technical and critical chapter yet. In the digital landscape of 2026, the greatest vulnerability of your vehicle security system is no longer the physical hardware hidden in your dashboard. It is the digital account that controls it. Imagine a man named Liam in Austin, Texas. Liam is a tech-savvy professional who has invested in the top-tier GPS tracking system we have discussed throughout this masterclass. He has the hardwired unit, the peripheral tags on his catalytic converter, and a geofence around his office. One afternoon, Liam's phone suddenly loses service. He assumes it is a network glitch, but in reality, he is the victim of a SIM swapping attack. A criminal has impersonated him at a retail store, transferred his phone number to a new device, and used the forgot password feature on his email to gain access to his GPS tracking account. Within minutes, the thief logs into the tracking app, disables the geofence, shuts off the remote ignition kill, and locates Liam's car in the parking garage. This is the new frontier of vehicle theft, cloud hijacking. To prevent this potential outcome, you must treat your GPS tracking credentials with the same level of security as your primary bank account. Historical trends show that as physical security becomes harder to bypass, organized crime rings shift their focus to social engineering and credential harvesting. In 2026, the standard username and password combination is effectively obsolete for high-value asset protection. Case studies from cybersecurity firms specializing in automotive safety suggest that over 60% of unexplained luxury vehicle thefts involve some form of digital account compromise. This is why cyber hardening is the mandatory 9th step of our masterclass. The first step in hardening your system is the transition to hardware-based multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Most people are familiar with receiving a 6-digit code via text message. As Liam discovered, this is a massive security hole. If a thief has swapped your SIM, they receive that code, not you. In 2026, a pro user ignores SMS codes and instead uses a physical security key, a small USB or NFC device that must be physically present to log into the tracking software. Even if a hacker has your password and your phone number, they cannot access your car's location or controls without that physical key. This creates an impassable digital wall that renders remote hacking attempts useless. Furthermore, we must address the ghost protocol, which is a method of ensuring your data privacy without compromising your security. In a world where data leaks are common, many American car owners are rightfully concerned about their location history being stored on a corporate server. In 2026, advanced tracking platforms have introduced zero-knowledge encryption. This means the GPS provider stores your coordinates in an encrypted format that only you have the key to unlock. If the provider's servers are breached, the hackers see nothing but gibberish. You maintain the ability to track your car in real time, but your historical movements, the record of where you work, where you live, and where you shop, remain invisible to everyone but you. This is the ultimate balance of utility and privacy. Let's look at a step-by-step breakdown of how to digital-proof your vehicle. Step 1. Use a dedicated, non-public email address for your GPS account. Do not use the same email you use for social media or shopping, as these are the most likely to be included in large-scale data breaches. Step 2. Disable all voice command integrations that allow for vehicle unlocking. While it is convenient to ask a smart speaker to start the car from your kitchen, hackers have developed methods to play recorded voice commands through open windows or via local radio interference to trick these systems. Step 3. Frequently audit your authorized devices list within the app. If you see a login from a device or a city you don't recognize, it is an immediate red flag that your credentials may have been leaked. We also need to consider the signal hygiene of your tracking hardware itself. In 2026, professional thieves use IMSI catchers or stingrays, devices that pretend to be a legitimate cell tower to intercept data from nearby devices. If your GPS tracker is constantly chatting with the network, it is easier to identify and target. High-end units now use stealth polling logic. Instead of a continuous stream of data, the device stays in a passive listen-only mode. It only transmits when it detects a security event or when it receives a specific, encrypted wake-up command from the owner. This makes the vehicle electronically dark to anyone scanning the area for tracking signals. Consider the case study of a logistics company in Chicago that manages a fleet of high-end delivery vans. In early 2026, they experienced a wave of ghosting, where thieves would jam the GPS signal and then use a software exploit to take over the vehicle's navigation. The company responded by implementing blockchain-verified telemetry. Each location ping from the tracker was recorded on a private, tamper-proof digital ledger. If a thief tried to spoof the location of a van, making it look like it was on its route when it was actually being driven to a warehouse, the system would immediately detect a chain mismatch and trigger a remote lockdown. This is the level of sophistication required to stay ahead of 2020 SIX's digital-first criminal. Step by step, you should also look at API security. Many people use third-party apps to aggregate their car's data with their home automation or fitness tracking. Every time you grant a third-party app access to your GPS data, you are creating a new backdoor. In this masterclass, we recommend a siloed approach. Keep your vehicle's security data in its own encrypted ecosystem. The fewer bridges there are to other apps, the smaller your attack surface becomes. If you must use an integration, ensure it uses OAuth 2.0 tokens that you can revoke instantly from your main security dashboard. There is a psychological component to this as well. We call it digital complacency. After 6 months of your car being safe, you might stop checking the app or neglect to update the firmware on the tracker. In 2026, firmware updates are not just for new features. They are often security patches for newly discovered exploits. A pro user sets a monthly calendar reminder to check for updates and perform a system health test. This involves deliberately triggering a vibration alert or a geofence breach to ensure the notification pipeline is still working perfectly. As we reach the conclusion of this technical chapter, you should realize that a GPS tracker is part of a human-machine partnership. The hardware provides the data, but your digital hygiene provides the protection. You have learned how to secure the physical car, the hidden components, and the digital account. You are now in the top 1% of protected vehicle owners in the United States. But there is one final piece of the puzzle. What happens when the technology evolves even further? How do you prepare for the world of 2027 and beyond, where AI-driven theft and autonomous recovery will become the norm? In the final part of this masterclass, Part 10, we are going to synthesize everything we have learned into a total defense blueprint. We will look at the future-proofing of your assets and reveal the emerging AI guard technology that can predict a theft attempt days before it happens by analyzing regional crime patterns and local environmental data. We will also provide a recovery checklist that you can print out and keep in your glove box, the definitive guide for what to do in the first 10 minutes of a crisis. This is the wrap-up that turns knowledge into power. Do not miss the final chapter of the Deep Dive Masterclass. The future of your vehicle's safety depends on it. The final layer of the 2026 vehicle defense strategy is not a piece of hardware or a single line of code. It is the synthesis of every lesson we have covered into a total defense blueprint. To understand how this works in a real-world high-stakes environment, imagine a driver named Maya in Detroit. Maya's city has a complex history with vehicle theft, but in 2026, she is moving through the streets with a level of confidence that her parents never had. This is because Maya has implemented the AI Guard protocol. This is an emerging technology that takes the GPS data we have spent the last 9 parts discussing and pushes it through a predictive analytics engine. While a standard tracker tells Maya where her car is, her AI Guard analyzes regional crime patterns, local lighting conditions, and even weather-related visibility to tell her where her car should not be parked. If a specific neighborhood has seen a 300% increase in relay attacks over the last 48 hours, Maya's system adjusts her geofence sensitivity automatically before she even turns off the engine. This is the shift from reactive tracking to proactive prevention. Historical trends in major American hubs like St. Louis and Memphis show that thieves are creatures of habit. They target specific models and specific lighting conditions. By leveraging a GPS system that integrates with the National Crime Intelligence feed, owners like Maya can stay 2 steps ahead. Case studies from early 2026 pilot programs indicate that vehicles using predictive parking analytics saw a 60% lower incidence of attempted break-ins compared to those relying on factory security alone. The potential outcomes here are clear. By using data to avoid the threat entirely, you remove the need for a high-speed recovery operation in the first place. However, even with the most advanced AI, we must be prepared for the worst-case scenario. This is where the 10-minute crisis checklist comes into play. You should have a physical copy of this in your glove box and a digital version pinned to the home screen of your phone. Step 1: Verification. When that alert hits your phone at 2 a.m., you have 5 seconds to confirm if it is a false positive or an active theft. Use your interior cabin camera or microphone through the tracker app. Step 2: The high priority call. Dial 911 immediately. Use the specific phrase, "I am reporting a felony vehicle theft in progress with active, live-stream GPS telemetry." This phrase is a trigger for dispatchers in most American cities to categorize your call as a Priority 1 incident. Step 3: Data sharing. Send the temporary tracking link to the dispatch center or the responding officer's mobile device. Step 4: Insurance notification. While the police are in pursuit, Use your tracker's one-touch insurance report button to create a timestamp log of the incident. This ensures that every second of unauthorized use is documented for your claim. Let us look at a case study from a suburban neighborhood in Virginia. In 2026, a group of thieves attempted to steal a fleet of high-end SUVs using a signal jammer. Because the owners had implemented the multi-layered strategy we discussed in Part 5, the vehicles did not just sit silently. The trackers detected the jamming signature and triggered a local mesh alert. The cars began talking to each other, creating a high-decibel acoustic barrier that woke up the entire block. The thieves were so overwhelmed by the sensory input, the strobes, the sirens, and the immediate arrival of neighbors, that they abandoned their equipment and fled. This is the power of a coordinated defense. It is not just your car against a thief. It is your technology-integrated community against a criminal. The hardware of 2026 is also moving toward a self-healing architecture. If a thief manages to cut the primary power wire to your hardwired tracker, the system should not go dark. A pro-level blueprint requires a dual battery backup. The primary backup keeps the 5G cellular radio alive for 72 hours, while a secondary, long-term lithium cell maintains a deep sleep beacon that pings its location once every 24 hours for up to a year. This is for the cold case recovery scenario. If a car is hidden in a shipping container or a basement where cellular signals are blocked, the tracker waits. It listens for the specific frequency of a police LoJack-style scanner or a gap in the shielding. The moment it detects an opening, it bursts its entire historical log and current coordinates. We must also address the resale protection aspect of your GPS investment. In the American market of 2026, a vehicle with a documented, transferable, high-end security history holds its value significantly better than one without. When you go to sell your car, you aren't just selling the metal and the engine. You are selling a verified secure asset. You can provide the new buyer with a certified report from your GPS provider showing that the car has never been stolen, never been involved in a high-speed incident, and has always been parked in verified safe zones. This data-driven trust is the new currency of the used car market. It turns your security system into a value add that pays for itself upon the sale of the vehicle. Step by step, to future-proof your asset for 2027 and beyond, you should look for trackers that support over-the-air (OTA) hardware expansion. This means the device has an auxiliary port where you can plug in new sensors as they are developed, such as LiDAR-based proximity alarms or biometric door handles. The goal is to build a system that grows with the threat landscape. As thieves develop new methods, your GPS hub should be able to accept new modules to counter them. This modular approach is what separates a disposable gadget from a permanent security infrastructure. There is a final vital point regarding legal readiness. In many U.S. states, the evidence provided by a GPS tracker is only admissible in court if the device is calibrated according to specific standards. You must ensure your provider offers forensic-grade logging. This means the data is encrypted and hashed at the moment of creation, proving that it has not been altered or tampered with by the owner or a third party. If you end up in a legal battle over a recovered vehicle or a denied insurance claim, this immutable audit trail is your strongest weapon. It removes he said, she said from the equation and replaces it with cold, hard physics. As we conclude this 10-part masterclass, take a moment to look at your vehicle. It is likely the second most expensive thing you own. In the America of 2026, it is also a mobile computer, a data hub, and a target. By following this blueprint, from stealth installation to cyber hardening and predictive AI, you have transformed your car from a passive victim into an active participant in its own survival. You have the tools, the knowledge, and the data to ensure that your property remains yours. The era of easy theft is over for those who are prepared. But the world of security never truly stands still. While we have mastered the art of protecting the vehicle, there is a new frontier opening up: the protection of the digital driver. As cars become more autonomous, the line between your physical safety and your digital identity is blurring even further. In our next deep dive series, we will be exploring the world of biometric ignition and how the very way you sit in your seat or hold the steering wheel is becoming the ultimate unhackable key. You have secured the car. Now it is time to secure the driver. We will see you in the next masterclass, where we reveal the technology that knows who you are before you even touch the door handle. Stay safe, stay tracked, and stay one step ahead.